up? What up? So I want to do a quick video. Figured doing a live stream, it'll get done quicker. Then we don't have to edit or anything. But if you don't know me, I'm Chris the Down One. Welcome to my channel. Rate, comment, subscribe. Subscribe and enjoy. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. Okay. So this has been on my YouTube timeline, and why are so many content creators on YouTube stepping away from YouTube? Now, this has been a common theme with a lot of content creators on YouTube. Not only YouTube, social media in general, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. It just seems like there's a growing number of content creators have grown frustrated with a lot of things going on as far as generating content and to please their subscribers and things of that nature. Some of them are having breakdowns, taking mental breaks. And I've been noticing a common theme with a lot of people, particularly when you read the comment section. A lot of people in the comment section say, I don't understand why you're having a mental breakdown, or it can't be that serious. All you're doing is just making content. All you doing is just sitting in front of a camera. Anybody can do it, but if anybody can do it, why isn't everyone doing it? I feel like you have to be a certain breed of an individual to make content, not only on social media but in YouTube generally. You really have to have first and foremost, you have to have thick skin being a content creator on YouTube, and you have to have a lot of patience. Okay, the majority of content creators, particularly on this platform, it doesn't happen overnight. You just don't make the real, being realistic. One video does not equate 1 million subscribers or hundreds and millions of views. It takes time. It's a process. It's a journey. It's a grind. And you're going to see, when you're a content creator on YouTube, you're going to see a lot of low value. You're going to see a lot of lows than highs. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to have enough patience. You have to have patience. You have to have enough stamina. I feel like a lot of people in the comment section, I feel like the comment section is a safe place. Because the comment section is one place where you don't have to put all of yourself in the comment section. Like on YouTube, when you're a content creator, your face got to be in the place. All right. People know who you are. And you're sort of in a disadvantage when you're a content creator on YouTube, particularly in the comment section, because people that comment in the comment section, they don't even use their real pictures. They don't even use their real names. They are pretty much invisible. You don't know nothing about them. Okay. So in the comment section, it's real easy to be very critical of a content creator, but it's really hard out in these social media streets to generate content and to consistently generate content. What's up, man? How you doing, Fit Kid? Most don't wanna meow. Thoughts on Fletcher Johnson? I don't even know who that is. Felice Johnson, Fletcher Johnson. I don't know who that is. Hey yo, Fit Kid. But yeah, a lot of people feel like making content is super easy. It's not that hard. He said me neither. I don't know who that is. But a lot of people think that content creating is easy. And another thing, a lot of people in the comment section, they try to compare content creating to 9-to-5 jobs. They try to compare content creating to salary based jobs. They're not the same. Um, I would say this: if anyone's out there comparing content creating to a 9 to 5 job, you are extremely delusional. Uh, it shouldn't even be in the same sentence. And when you're working at a 9 to 5 job, the same stuff that you experience at a 9 to 5 job are the same experiences that you deal with as a content creator. Okay, I think you're more independent as a content creator. You're pretty much your own boss. You pretty much dictate your own hours, and you have the resources to make the most amount of money possible versus working for someone else who has the money, and you have to wait on them to give you promotions and things of that nature. But the stress level is very hard as a content creator versus working at a 9 to 5. First and foremost, you shouldn't be comparing the two, but a lot of people compare 9 to 5 work to content creating, and I feel like when people do that, they haven't been on this side of the screen making content. And a lot of people in the comment section, they don't want to admit it or not, but a lot of you guys that comment in the comment section, the majority of you I won't say majority, but there's a few out there that are failed content creators that tried their hand making content and it just did not work out for them. Or they just given up. They didn't have the patience. They just didn't see it through. And they just sort of gave up. And then they just gravitate to other people that are making content, and you start seeing the hatred in their comments. And they say the most critical things to a content creator. But it's easier said than done saying that you have to have thick skin. It's one thing to say, it's another thing to do it. And we're all human. I mean, we all have a limit to where we can't take this no more. A lot of content creators, that's how they earn their living. But there are some content creators that do it and they have jobs after content creating. They can, so they're not really heavily dependent on constantly creating content. But you have a lot of people out there that have a lot of subscribers, that have a lot of demand, and a lot of people want them to continue to make content, and therein lies the stress. You don't really have anyone to fall back on as a content creator. Okay, it's not like you have an HR department in YouTube that you can talk to when you're stressed out, or a guidance counselor or anything. You're pretty much on your own. Okay, and that's the good and bad of being independent. Yeah, being independent, being your own boss, dictating your own rules, that's great and all. But there's a lot of people out there, but there's a bad side to that. And the bad side is the negativity, the criticism. You're going to experience more failed days, very successful days, and you have to weather the storm. So there's a combination of a lot of things that a lot of content creators go through, that a lot of people, I thought that people help. Fit, if you have subscribers, there's some subscribers out there that will subscribe to your channel and do whatever it takes to as far as you're subscribing to that person. There's people that donate, that do super chats, super stickers, that subscribe to their membership page, that's constantly watching their content. There are some people out there that help people that they're subscribed to who make content, but that's not the majority of the rule. The majority of the rule is you're going to have people that watch your page, and they're going to be very critical on the things that you say or the things that you do. They're going to be spiteful. They're going to be hateful. They're going to, you have to weather the storm with, people. And some criticism is valid, but a lot of the criticism, a lot of the critiquing is not valid. It's just not valid. But a lot of YouTubers are getting stressed out. They're going like, hey man, I can't take this no more. I need to step away from doing YouTube. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make this video to, inform content creators out there that, hey, just weather the storm, persevere the storm. Stop having the haters in your ear. Don't acknowledge the trolls. Just keep it pushing and keep it moving on. And if you are getting stressed out or anything like that, maybe you need to seek some professional help. See a psychiatrist. And I think a lot of people in the comment section, when they see content creators go through these phases, sometimes it helps because it like recommending sometimes. Okay. I feel like people, the content creators are no different than your average person. It's just they have a platform. You enjoy their platform. You listen to their platform, and you as a subscriber or you as a viewer, sorry, GTG for gotta go for okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in, Fit Kid. But yeah, so content creating can sometimes be a very stressful job. People don't recognize content creating as a job. People recognize content creating as, a hobby, or they recognize content creating as, not a real job. People don't realize, people only see the finished product with a live stream or a video or short, but they don't see the behind the scenes on the videos. They don't see what it, the thought process in live streaming or shorts or any of those things. People just think that the majority of content creators, they just plug and play. They just start recording, and that's that. There's a lot more to content creating than the finished product. A lot of people in the comment section, they look at content creating as not a job. It's not a very serious job. And I feel like a lot of people are misinformed. They don't understand content creating. But I think there's a lot of people out there that has a certain amount of hatred towards individuals that choose to make content. And to me, content creating, it can be a great thing to do. If and somehow, some way you make money, you generate money making content, and you can earn a living making content, then go ahead. But content creating, and sometimes you get stressed out. You're stressed out. You're no more stressed out than someone working at a 9 to 5, and they're getting stressed out at their job. I just think people should appreciate content creating. I really do think people should appreciate the people that make content on YouTube. And yeah, so I just want to make this video because I've been noticing a lot of my favorite content creators are stepping away, and they're being stressed out because of making content on YouTube. And I appreciate the content creators out there that are making content, big, small, it doesn't matter. Also understand the process and what it takes to make content. And I congratulate those people that do that. I appreciate those people that do that. And I do think content creating is a job. Regardless of what people say in the comment section, I think it's a job. Because when they stop making content, the first thing y'all say in the comment section is, why are you not making any more content? So yeah, I just want this one video to be about being positive about content creating. We got too much. We got too many videos, too many people commenting, talking about content creating is so easy. It's not considered a job. We got so many people out there being very critical of content creators, making content, not respecting them. There's a lot. There's a lot of people out there. That makes content for YouTube that you guys consume on a day in day out basis, and I just want to give them their flowers. I respect what they do. I'm a content creator myself. I don't feel like I'm as big as those content creators out there. Uh, I don't get stressed out about content in general because, you know, I just don't. Yeah, do I get stressed out at work sometimes? Yeah, I get stressed out at work sometimes. When I'm, in my life, in real life, yeah, sometimes I get stressed out in real life too. But in content creating, I feel like that's the reason why I make content. I make content, to escape the real world, sort of say. And it just put me in a more happier place. And that's why I like making content. But yeah, I feel like instead of bashing content creators in the comments section, I think you guys should appreciate the content creators. Even if you don't want to comment, you know, throw a like, subscribe to their channel, hit the notification bell. Appreciate them for what they do. Is content creators are workers, essential workers? No. Are they important? No. But is it a job? Yes, it's a job. It's a very demanding job, and I do want to appreciate all the content creators out there. And if you are going through some things and you feel like stepping away from social media for a week or a couple of months will to clear your mind, clear your head, so to say, then do that. Um, but as far as the comment section, I feel like people go to the comment section and they say the most disrespectful things, they say the most harsh things because they're not going to get penalized for it because their image is not going to be ruined. Their public, we don't know them. We don't, because they hide under different faces. They hide under different pictures. They don't use their real names. I kind of wish YouTube allow content creators to know exactly who is making, like, these comments, these like hateful, mean, racial comments, and you could be marked on YouTube for doing it. But a lot of people, once they get enough, once enough content creators report them, what they're gonna do? They're gonna make another page, okay? But I feel like that's a cost efficient thing YouTube don't want to do, and YouTube really don't put a lot of onus in people in the comment section. They just pretty much let the people in the comment section just say and do whatever, okay? But you have to sometimes have thick skin, but that's easier said than done. But yeah. And that's pretty much all I want to talk about. I want to give a shout out to all the content creators out there. Continue to generate the content. Don't be distracted by the noise. Don't feed the trolls. Just keep it pushing and keep moving on. Okay. But yeah, I really appreciate all the content creators out there. Also, appreciate the people that subscribe to anyone's channel and comment. And like I said, the comment section shouldn't be all warm and fuzzy, nothing but positivity and things of that nature. But it shouldn't also be heavily criticize. I think healthy criticism is good criticism. I think unhealthy criticism is just bad criticism. But hey, that's just me. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.